Well, hello everybody and welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the last standard format deck list, and we're ending it off with a bit of a bang. We're ending it off with one of the most troublesome cards, well I say troublesome, more like one of the most meta dominant cards, but this time we are playing something extremely dumb. Today we're going to be taking a look at my customized and custom Charizard Tera box deck, and immediately if you take a look on the right hand side where the deck list is, well, part of it anyway, you can start to see where the wackiness has really come out of me. But anyway, as per usual, in the description below, there's going to be usual links. Double the deck list, which is also available to copy in the description below. There's the games that we'll play, and of course the outro and what I think of the deck. So of course, when this video actually releases, you'll only have about 24 hours to play this deck. So if you do want to play this custom deck, I'd recommend doing it now, because let's just put it this way, there's some really wacky lines you can do with this deck, which is kind of what I went with, and it's definitely been an interesting deck to test, because I wanted to end this off with Charizard, you know, like, I was going to end it off with Goldengo, but, like, I've covered the Dengo variants that I wanted to, and, well, Charizard has a lot more, you know, flexibility, because obviously it does accelerate Fire Energy into play. Obviously, you know, it's a Dark type, so that covers a relevant weakness right now, at least, until, obviously, rotation, when Dark weakness doesn't really become too relevant outside of Mega God of War, which I don't think that's going to be, you know, dominating anything anytime soon. But also, of course, Charizard, of course, is just a big, bulky attacker, and it's just nice to have it in the list. But, of course, as you can immediately see, we do have an Iron Leaves, and we do have a Teal Ogerpon. This is already where I'm sure some of you are raising an eyebrow, and don't worry, this is definitely something that, you know, it's special, to say the least, this deck list is. But of course, we have the likes of Wellspring, which Charizard does sometimes play, in fairness. Obviously, we have Latias to help us pivot, but we also have Clefairy, which can attack in this list as well. We have a whole bunch of different, shall we say, wacky attackers, and obviously things like that. But of course, this is just meant to be a fun deck. I don't think this deck is, like, going to be top tier. And, well, like I said, you'd only have about 24 hours to play this deck before, obviously, rotation kicks into PTCG Live, and we say goodbye to Charizard, which, you know, it's sad to see Charizard go, because, you know, I have enjoyed playing Charizard in general, like, as, you know, as a backup attacker in some decks, you know, as a main deck with, like, Dunsparce and things like that. But ultimately, we have to move on, and hopefully we'll see some good cards coming forward in the next rotation and things like, well, in the next sets and everything. And so far, the next sets look pretty fun. So, let's go to the deck list, and let's have a proper look. Welcome to the deck list. You'll notice a few things are rather similar to a certain deck list I covered a while back, which was obviously the Dragapult Tera box video that I did. Obviously, a lot of people actually really appreciated that deck list, which is good, because I spent a lot of time into it. This one, not so much, because I haven't really had time to do this deck all that much. But there are a few things missing from this that I would really like, but obviously as we go through, I will talk about that. So of course we have a 3-3 Hoothoot Noctowl line. We have a lot of Teras in the list, so Jewel Seeker is just busted. Then of course we have a 2-1-2 line of the Charizard EX, which of course is, you know, nice to have and everything. Then of course we have 2 Wellspring Mask Ogerpon, 2 Fan Rotom, 1 Fez, 1 Clefairy, 1 Latias, 1 Terapagos, 1 Teal Mask Ogerpon, and of course 1 Iron Leaves and a Mew. Then we only have 2 Crispin. The main reason for that is, like I said, Charizard can obviously accelerate energy into play. So the idea is Charizard is going to be mainly accelerating our energy. Crispin is just there as an early starter to obviously do that. So that's where that's going to be. Then of course we have 2 Boss, 1 Lillies, 1 Iono, 1 Dawn, and 1 Turo. Then we have 4 Nest Ball, 2 Ultra Ball, 2 Energy Switch, 1 Super Rod, 1 Rare Candy, 1 Night Stretcher, 1 Buddy Poffin, 1 Counter Catcher, 1 Tera Orb, which you might, if you watched the video at least, you might see where the resemblance to the Dragapult Tera box video is. There is relevance to this deck, it is built like it. Then of course we have 1 Earthen Vessel, 1 Sparking Crystal as our Ace Spec, which is the same Ace Spec that the Dragapult Tera box deck had. 1 Air Balloon, 3 Area 0 Underdepths, 5 Fire Energy, 3 Grass Energy, 1 Water Energy, and 1 Psychic Energy. So immediately, for those that know I love the card, there is no Blood Moon Ursaluna in this list. Short answer, I couldn't fit it. Let's just put it that way. There is a few other things. I would like a third Crispin. I would like, you know, another candy, because obviously Charizard is the main way we're going to be getting energy into play. So that's where that's going to be more relevant than what you think. Obviously the crystal's very useful, because obviously we do have Wellspring in the list, which means even if Charizard is having an off day, we have to accelerate to the Wellspring, because, you know, it's just how it is. We can obviously use Crispin Energy Switch to obviously get the Wellspring going. And while Crispin can obviously use Fire Energy as part of its target, which is nice. And even though Charizard obviously accelerated itself, you know, having all of this energy into play, setting up multiple attackers, was sort of the idea I went with. But obviously I would love a Bloodbender Luna in the list. I will say I would love another Puffin, but again, I've not really put as much time into this deck list, because the Dragapult one was more relevant, because obviously Dragapult is, you know, not rotating. Charizard is, but still, I hope you will enjoy this one. There is a lot of one-offs, but, well, that's just how a Tera box normally functions anyway. But I'm really hoping this deck list works, because I wanted to end this standard format off with a bit of a bang. Anywho, let's get into a match and see how we do. And welcome to the first game. It's time to do a live test of this wacky Charizard Tera box idea. This has obviously gone through a little bit of testing, because, well, the Pult one I put more time into for obvious reasons, but whilst I was at it, I built this on the side and wanted to save it for the last video of this standard format. So I really hope you appreciate it, because this is something that I've put a decent bit of time into. Not as much as Dragapult Tera box, because, well, Dragapult is going to be around post-rotation. This is not. But regardless, I hope you appreciate it, because this is going to be something cool. And who doesn't love a spicy Charizard deck? You know, like, there's so many, like, Dawnzard decks out there, which can obviously be quite problematic for the meta and stuff like that. But anyway, we're going to start off with an attachment to the Ogerpon, and we're going to Nest Ball for a Fan Rotom. We do have 2 Charmanders in there, so that's good. We have prized the Teal Mask Ogerpon, which, if this is Zoroark, judging by the sleeves, that could be tricky, but we'll deal with that. Obviously, we have 2 Noctowls in hand, so don't worry, I haven't prized 2 Noctowls. Otherwise, what's our energy count? We've got a Crystal in there, so that's good. That could be relevant if we get Teal Mask. We've only got 3 Grass, but obviously that's the list anyway. We only play 3 Grass, because there's only room for 3 Grass. But yeah, let's go for a Fan Call. We'll grab 2 Hoots and a Noct. So we'll bench those and pass. Not a bad start at all. Obviously we get Noctowl for Crystal, which will be a nice early pressure, because obviously we do have the grass in hand. Fighting Gong, so this means it's a fighting deck to some degree. It's a Lucario deck. Okay, we do have Clefairy, we do have Mew as type coverage, so we'll be fine in that regard. But if that's all you're doing, mate, I was about to say, you will be getting torrential pumped. There's no polite way of putting it. We can even boss as well. We can even boss with a Wellspring. Oh, you are definitely getting boss, mate. If you do get a second Riolu down, you are getting that Riolu boss. It will be a hand attach for grass, boss, plus crystal, boss the Riolu, kill the Solrock at the same time. Oh yeah, you're getting torrential pump, my friend. Ludocycle. That's fine. And is that all you're gonna do? Because if so, this could be bad for you. Oh, that's bad for you, my friend. Let's go for the Noctowl and Jewel Seeker. Alright, so we need a boss, and we need a crystal. So then we'll go Sparking Crystal. We can Noctowl again, because we need to get other stuff established. We only have a Wellspring in the active right now. I can go for Body plus... Actually, no. Wouldn't it be better? No. Yeah, Dawn plus Area 0 would actually be better. Because Dawn lets me grab, you know, middle stage stuff as well. So we'll play the Dawn. In fact, no, I needed to boss, but then again, no, it's fine. I can still kill it. It's not a big deal. I could just grab a Charmander. I'll take... Yeah, I have to take these. But that's fine. We'll do that. I meant to boss, but like it's not a big deal. I'm not worried about a Solrock or a Lunatone. They can have their draw all they like. I really don't care. We'll put that in the Area 0, and we will Torrential Pump and then take out that Riolu. You could see that as a misplay. To be fair, it's not a big deal. Like, we have the candy in hand. We can, you know, power up the Wellspring again. I'm not worried in the slightest about that. I would have liked to have bossed, but to be fair, that meant we could get a Charmander down. So it's fine. I can live with that. And we just got our second Charizard off the prize, which is also good. But yeah, the Tera box approach is, you know, coming in play here, which is good. Obviously, Wellspring will need, you know, extra help to obviously get itself going and everything. They're going to Tool Scrap us, so that means we're going to be working a bit harder to get this Ogerpon going. But that's completely fine. I can live with that. Interesting they're playing a Tool Scrapper, which indicates to me this could be a post-rotation deck. And no, they're just going to concede. You even had... So, you played the Scrapper just to annoy me, I guess, but it's fine. But hey, Wellspring's early pressure coming in clutch, even with the, you know, we should have bossed, but it doesn't usually matter. Let's go to a game 2. Welcome back to game 2. We got ourselves into Corviknight rank after that one. I mean, I will say, like, the boss didn't really matter in the end, but, you know, in real play, you would obviously boss the Riolu and then take out the Solrock, so obviously the Solrock can attack. But to be brutally honest, it didn't hugely matter. I wasn't really worried. I would have liked to have grabbed Poffin instead, but, like, you know, I had a choice then because I needed to get other Pokemon established, like Charmander, Hoothoot, etc. I needed to get something else established. But still. And looks like we're going first. That's fine. We went first last time, not a problem. Let's hope we get something good off the top, because we're not playing a Ditto. Okay, that's pretty good. We do get a Teal Mask start. I will gladly accept a Teal Mask start, which means we can Poffin, and we can actually get a Charmander established, which is good. They're going to be like, what the hell are you playing when they see this turn? But you know what? I don't care. There's another Energy Switch. We're going to bench a Hoot. We're going to Nest Ball. I'm thinking, do I grab Latias now? I think it's fine to, like, grab the Latias. We've obviously got the Teal Mask in active. We've got the Iron Leaves there. Because, you know, that could be something. But I think, do we just grab a Wellspring? But then again, I can't free retreat. I can always Noctowl later for what I need. So we'll Body Poffin. We'll get ourselves a Fan and a Charmander. How's the pricing looking? So far, not too bad. Like, we have another case where we almost had 2 Noctowls in hand. We have got one in the prize cards, which is fine. Dawn's in there. We do not have our crystal, so that's something we need to bear in mind. But we can live with that. So then I will Fan Call again. Grab you and you. I'm going to attach to the Charmander. And I'm just going to pass. I don't need to do a whole lot else here. I'm pretty happy with this board state right now. This is a pretty good start. They are going to be thinking, what the hell is this dude playing with a Charmander and a Teal Mask in the same deck? This deck, in its limited life that it'll have left, will probably end up in a Discord somewhere. So if you've found this video because of that, like you typed in Charizard Tera box, hello, I'm the one who made this deck list. I was not drunk when I made it, I can assure you that much. But I basically based this off the, you know, the Charizard Tera box that I originally, well, not Charizard, the Dragapult Tera box that I originally did. Ooh, that's a Dwebble. Oh, that's not good. We don't really play an answer to that. That's not good. Please don't tell me you have Air Balloon plus, you know, Thinger. That'd be really bad for me. I mean, we can Charmeleon it, I guess, but we're not really going to be doing a lot if we do that. Gear. Crispin, that means they can get it out the active. Shit. Oh no, they're not doing it. Okay, I don't think they've realised it. But no, they played Morty's, so that's why. Okay, well let's start off with a Teal Dance, because we can see an extra card. I never thought I'd be saying I'd play Teal Dance with Teal Mask Ogerpon in play, but well, Teal Mask Ogerpon in the same deck as, you know, Thingamabob. Right, was my Water Energy in the deck? I don't think it was. Oh, it is. Excellent. So, we could Dual Seeker. We can get ourselves... Well, we need Terra Orb, and we also need... We could do it with Crispin and an Energy Switch. It's fine. But then again, no, we can hit the monkey for 100. It's fine. It's not a big deal because we can always sob it to finish it off. Yeah, we'll take those two, and then we'll Noctowl again and Dual Seeker again. So we can do that. So we can go Nest Ball. In fact, I actually want the Vessel because the Vessel will be important. Because that means I can get multiple attachments this turn. So we'll do that. We'll go for the Tera Orb. Grab ourselves a Wellspring. There's no point in me going Darkzard here because I don't need to. It's not one that I'm really worried about. So we can go for the Crispin. We'll take these energies out. Take the Grass to hand. Put you on the Teal and the Wellspring, and it's a Teal Mass then. We can then Energy Switch you. I've just realised I've slightly in fact, no, it's fine. I didn't attach for turn, so it's fine. I should have Crispin the water, but it's fine. I can take these. I'm going to attach to you. 3 retreat into the Wellspring. Torrential Pump for 100. And take out the Dwebble. It didn't hugely matter because obviously I had the Vessel in hand anyway, but I should have Crispin the water. But it's fine. It's not a big deal. And there's Iono of the prizes. That's fine. I did notice it was in the prize cards, but I just didn't mention it because it's not hugely relevant in this matchup. Iono's only really good if, like, we can get stuff established and things like that. But we could actually get this Wellspring going again, but we would need to find our water energy. That's the only thing. But there is a chance we find it, you know. The shuffle is good. So that's at least something. And obviously we only took out 1 Pokemon, not 2. There's another Dwebble. Okay. We just gotta hope they don't find what they need. There's another Crispin. I mean, they could Crispin now. And they could obviously Ascension. But if they do that, I was going to say, if they do that, I can use Charmeleon if it comes up. So let's Teal Dance first, get an extra energy into play. There's Charizard, but that's not going to be too relevant. I'm going to Energy Switch off the Teal Mass to the Wellspring, because at least then we get a guaranteed attack with Sob and kill this. And then we're going to Iono. Okay. That is fine. Nest Ball. I can get myself... I could use Mew, actually. Yeah, Mew's fine. Because Mew can copy Crustle and go straight through it. So, yeah, we're going to attach to the Mew. I'm going to Mew for 1 first before I go for the attack with Sob. That's not useful. And we'll just Sob for the knockout. Obviously, normally that would restrict the Monkey Dory from moving anywhere, but obviously because, you know, we have, the 100 damage, it obviously kills it, so we don't need to worry. I am worried about this Crustle, but I think we could be okay. It just depends. Because obviously we have Mew as an answer, we have Charmeleon as a potential answer. I think we could be okay here. They do have Crispin, which is, that's going to be the concerning part. But that's fine. There's another Crispin. But then again, I did just Iono him, so they probably didn't have it. But to be fair, these decks normally tend to play like 4 Crispin, so there is a chance he could have drawn into it. There's a Crispin. Does he have the Crustle in hand? Because that could matter. But obviously, we do have the Mew as an answer here, so that's at least something. Okay. Do they have the Crustle? I would assume, given they're triple attaching, they do. They've got to have it. Surely you have surely you have Crustle in your hand. If you don't, that is fine. Because we could go for Noctowl, Rare Candy, and obviously like an Ultra Ball or a Dawn or something. And we can start attacking with the Mew now. And yeah, they're just going to Ascension into the Crustle. That is very good for us. That's very good for us. Okay, well, we're not going to play that Lillie's turn, because we don't need to. So we're going to go Noctowl for Dual Seeker. We're going to take that Dawn. We're going to take that Candy. I'd rather play Dawn for turn. So then we're going to go Dawn. We're gonna grab Darkzard. I mean, we could grab Charmeleon, but like we don't need to. I need to get energy onto the board. We'll thin it anyway, just so we have it out of the deck. And I'll take the Fez, because why not? So then we rare candy to the Darkzard when the game decides to do it. Infernal Rain. Oh, that's bad. We only have the one. Oh, that is bad. I didn't realise I prized so many energy. I play 5 energy in this list, but... oh, that's bad. I mean, I could give them a single prizer. I could also sob it, but sobbing's not going to be relevant. I'm just going to give them a Noctowl. I didn't realise I prized 2 fire energy. I should have checked my fire energy. Oh, that could be bad. That could be bad, because if they gust a Mew early, we are going to struggle for a response. I mean, we could obviously, you know, attack with Mew and then attack with Fan Rotom, but that's assuming they don't play any health boosting tools, which I would suspect they do. This is going to be rough. The fact that we whiff that is kind of bad. But I'm hoping they don't really have a lot. Like, they can take out the Noctowl, and then obviously I get Fez draw, which is nice. But I'm going to Lillies before I play that Fez. So, well, I'm going to Lillies before I, you know, flip the script. And no, they're just going to take me out with Superb Scissors. That's fine. That is completely fine. That is completely fine. So now we're going to attack with Mew. I wish I'd have checked my fire energy, because that could have obviously influenced my decision instead of playing the Dawn, but I didn't check it. You know, it's an honest mistake, and these things happen. There's a water energy, so we can attack with the Mew. So I'm going to bench the Fez. I'm going to Lillies, because my hand is completely dead. Okay, that's not particularly helpful. Do I want to Teal Dance here? I don't think it's relevant, but then again, I'm drawing 4 cards, so I might as well. So now Teal Dance to the Ogerpon. See an extra card. Because it could be relevant if I have to use Iron Leaves later. And then we'll Genome Hacking, copy Superb Scissors, which of course goes through the Crustle. So that's good. We at least have an answer to this, which is why I, you know, started powering up the Mew, because I knew it could go through Crustle. Because even though Mysterious Rock-In states that it doesn't take any damage from EX Pokemon, Superb Scissors' effect is, of course, this attack's damage isn't affected by any effects on your opponent's active Pokemon, which includes Mysterious Rock-In. So unless they, you know, unless they put a what's it called? A Luxurious Cape on this, or a Hero's Cape, their Crustle will die to my Mew, and now they'll have no attackers. So that's at least something. Obviously, putting the water energy on the Mew's kind of bad, but, well, I had to. I can't use Wellspring right now. There's a Crispin, so they're going to get a heal with Monkey Dory. They could even threaten Ram if they want to, I guess. That, you know, it is an attack, after all. But no, the fire energy concern is starting to, you know, put a little bit more concern into me. But I'm kind of hoping that, you know, even with their heal here, they don't have a health boosting tool. And they do, they have the Hero Cape. Oh, that's bad. I mean, it's not the end of the world, because also we can hit it with, you know, Genome Hacking, copy Superb Scissors. So that's fine. The heal is obviously going to matter here, because obviously they can take out Mew with the Monkey Dory Math, which is bad for me. They're going to Night Stretcher back something at Dwebble. Okay. This is actually getting kind of tough now. This is getting kind of tough. And I got a Superb Scissors for 120. Okay, what do I have in the discard pile? Nothing relevant. See, what can I do here, realistically? Because of us prizing our fire energy, I have to hit this for 120, which takes it to 210. They heal 30, so that's 70. I could kill this with Fan Rotom, so I'm going to just attack. I'm just going to attack with Genome Hacking, copy Superb Scissors. Unless they get, you know, double Monkey established, that's where things get tough. But I'm kind of hoping they don't, because then Fan Rotom can come in with, you know, Night Stretcher, and then finish off Crustle. Obviously, Mew's going to go down anyway, but we can give them a Noctowl. It's not a major deal. There's their turn attachment, and there's a Lillie, so they're not getting second monkey established, which is good. Oh, why does it have to be this matchup? And there's another Crustle, but I can deal with that. Hopefully. The problem is, of course, because we're losing Mew to this Adrenabrain, we do lose a lot of value here. They are going to be taking a 3-price turn, which is bad for us. So down goes the Mew. We'll give them a Noctowl, because I'm not worried about... I can give them a Noctowl. I can afford to lose a Noctowl. Noctowl serve its purpose. But yeah, this is a stressful matchup, to say the least. And well, there goes the Superb Scissors. We'll promote the Latias, and we'll go from there. This is a really bad matchup, but we're putting up a fight, which I didn't think this deck could, I'll be honest. There's Charmeleon, that could also be quite relevant. I don't need to draw with Fez here, but I can Night Stretcher back in Energy. So I'll grab back that water. I'm going to attach it to my Fan. I can counter catch it, but I don't really have a reason to. Like, there's no real reason for me to do so. I can Fez for 3. Okay, that's fine. I can Airballoon and Noctowl in case the Latias gets targeted for whatever reason. So free retreat into the Fan. And Assault Landing, take out a Crustle. Okay. What else do we do now? Because we're going to lose this Fan. Oh, this is not good. This is a really bad situation for us. Because we've already used our Night Stretcher. There's another Night Stretcher, so I'm going to get back that Grass Energy. I mean, like I said, I can attack with Charmeleon, but then obviously they just heal 30 of it with Monkey Dory. So it's not too relevant here. Ah, there's the monkey. I think I just scoop here because I have no way to deal with these, or with the Crustle, with double monkey established, which will be next turn, not this turn. So obviously, even with Charmeleon, I cannot kill this Crustle with, you know, damage. And they're on their last prize card anyway, so they probably have Boss in hand. Let me think. I could Iron Leaves here and take out the monkey, but then again, if they have Boss, like I said, you know what? Because it's part of the deck, we're going to do it for the content with Rapid Veneer. So let's do it. And we're going to... In fact, we have Counter Catcher, so we might as well use that. I'm going to Counter Catcher the Monkey Dory. I can evolve to Charmeleon, I guess. The only way in which we win now is if they put down a 2-prizer, but the chance of that is quite unlikely. But still, we're going to do it for the content. It is part of the deck. So we'll go for the Monkey Dory with the Rapid Veneer, thanks to the Charizard Energy and, of course, the Teal Mask Acceleration throughout the game. But, of course, that's why I put Iron Leaves in the list. It's an extra attacker, but obviously in this case, it's kind of irrelevant. Of course, all they need is boss for game against one of, and the thumbs up over there indicates they probably have a boss. And there it is. GG's opponent. I'll take that. I put up a decent fight, you know, against a deck that I shouldn't win against. You know, I shouldn't win against this deck, but I put up a decent fight. So I'll take that L. I'm pretty happy with how the deck did there. We had access to all of our options. But obviously, prizing 2 energy from Fire Energy did obviously affect us. But ultimately, I don't think we was destined to win that one. Let's go to Game 3. And welcome back to Game 3. You know what? Even though that was a loss, I will take that. I didn't think we was going to put up that much of a fight against Crustle. But obviously, Mew is quite relevant. Wellspring was relevant in the opening stages, you know. We put up a decent fight, but ultimately we just ran out of steam, and obviously we ran out of attackers that could obviously, you know, deal with a Crustle. Do I want to go first? Yes. I prefer going first with this deck. But you know what? I think this... Oh. I don't think my opponent's happy about being forced first. Well, going second at least. That is a good start for us, though. You know, we have a Teal Dance start, which is good, but they are going to be wondering... Okay, now they're just spamming emotes, so I might have to mute them in a minute. Go for the Latias, bench a Fan, let's check. Yeah, I'm going to be muting them because I can see them doing it whilst I'm checking prize cards. We have Charmeleon in hand, so that's fine. Okay, so we've got Dawn in there as well. Candy is prized, so we need to consider that. Okay, well, you're getting muted because I'm not putting up with your shenanigans. Teal Dance, I should have Fan Rotom first, but it's fine. We'll go for the Fan Call. Grab you two plus you. Bench, bench, pass. I don't normally mute players, by the way. It's something that I don't typically do, but when they're just spamming emotes, there's no reason for you to do that. I mean, you have a Kang start. You cannot complain about a Kang start. You know. Okay, they have a Teal Mask of their own. That's fine. Teal Dance. They're going to accelerate an energy into play. Could this be the winning Fukuoka list from Japan? Because I have a variant of that, but I'll play that when post-rotation comes around. Because, you know, it's probably going to be better that way. They're going to Nest Ball, which is fine. Obviously, we don't have fighting type coverage, so we can't deal with this Kangaskhan, but, well, we can't ask for every type coverage in this deck. There's only so much you can put in. I barely managed to fit the Clefairy as it is. The Teal Mask was easy, because you only really need a minimum of 3 energy. But, yeah. They're going to grab their own Fan Rotom, so this is some sort of, like, Tera box as well. Okay, I can understand that. That seems pretty relevant. Obviously, we have the Latias, which will be helping us out, so that's at least good. But yeah, prizing the rare candy could be something relevant late game, because obviously Charizard is a big bad boy, and we kind of want them to, you know, struggle to deal with it. So judging by them grabbing Ditto, they probably have Latias in hand. No. You do know you need a Latias to use that Ditto, right? I'm just saying, like, maybe you was too busy spamming emotes, you didn't realise what the card did. Because Transformative Start is only from the active. I don't know what my opponent's doing, but... I'm not really sure what my opponent is doing, but at least, we have a better start than them. I could even, if I wanted to, I could potentially go for a Gust on both Noctowl Hoothoots and take them out. And yeah, I think they've just realised it. They're probably too busy spamming emotes, but obviously I can't see it because I muted them. Alright, well we could go for it. We just need... Well, what do we need? Well, in fact, no, we can't. But then again, no, could we? We could get there, but I think it's just safe to just, like, set up my board. I'd rather do that than, do something, dumb. So I'm going to take Body Poffin. But then again, I could also take Dawn and just start... I could sublock the Kang, actually, because that could be relevant. Yeah, I think I'll take Dawn. I think I will take Dawn. Yeah, we're going to do that. So we'll Body Poffin. We'll grab a Charmander and a Hoot. Dawn. Because then we can grab a Wellspring and trap this thing in the active. Which is going to be relevant. We'll take you, you, and you. Then we'll bench you. I can free retreat into the Wellspring. Attach a Fire Energy. And I can sob the Kangaskhan for now. Because if they put enough Pokemon in play, we can use Lillie's Clefairy to knock this Kang out. Because 280 is what it can hit. Let's see if they understand how Retreat Lock works. Which, I'm assuming, judging by the fact they did not put down a Latias turn 1... They probably haven't. And yeah, we're definitely facing a Tera Box Mirror, but obviously they do have the Kang. There's Latias, but obviously you are under Retreat Lock. Unless you play a Turo, you're kind of boned right now. I mean, to be fair, they're playing a Ditto. I kind of expect them to play a Turo at this point. Obviously we are, but we're not a post-rotation deck. There's Crispin. So Crispin's going to come down. So on 20, 40, 60, 80, 120, 40, 60, 80, 20. We could actually take a Kang now if we have Psychic in deck, which I didn't check, but we can Noctowl for it, so it's fine. They're going to attach to the Kang. Did it have Energy Switch? No, but they're going to go for it. That's fine. Because if we're trading blows, like if we're trading a 2-prizer for a 3-prizer, if they even get a heads, I can take that. That's completely fine. But obviously, Ditto is now a permanent part of this match, because obviously they likely don't play the stadium other than Area 0. So we can obviously bin our Area 0s throughout this game. But you know what? I think this deck is actually working somewhat, you know? I'm pretty happy with that. They're going to get rid of Pika, so that's good. We don't need to deal with a Pika this matchup, so that's good. They're going to Teal Dance, so I can get an extra energy onto the Kang. But yeah, so 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200, 220, 240, 260, 280. Yeah, we knock out this Kang. We knock out this Kang with Clefairy. Clefairy was in deck, but I don't know if the Psychic was. I should have checked that, but it's fine. They need a heads to take out the Wellspring anyway. So let's see what happens. Because if they do take out... They're going for a second Noctowl for some reason. I'm not sure why. Unless you play a Bravery Charm, that could put a spanner in the works for me. That could be a problem if they do play a Bravery Charm. I'm kind of hoping they don't. Let's see, because I mean they could, because obviously this is not a post-rotation build, but Bravery Charm is extremely uncommon in a deck like Terapagos. So I'm not expecting to see one, but if I do, that does mean we're not killing this Kang. Crystal and Boss, so that isn't what we're looking towards at the very least. That is fine. They're going to Nest Ball now. That's fine. They're going to get down to 80 HP Hoothoot. That is completely fine. They're going to bounce the stadium for Jamming Tower. That's fine. That means they can get rid of their Ditto. So I'm going to get rid of Noct, and I'm going to get rid of Fan. That means they can get rid of their Ditto finally, and they can get rid of some of their Noctowls as well. But that also means we cannot kill this Kang now. We can't kill this Kang. So yeah, they're just going to get rid of their Dittos and the 2 Noctowls that they've already used. So Clefairy right now is doing 220. Unless we can get Area 0 plus, you know, more Pokemon in play, we cannot kill this Kang this turn. So that's probably the best play they could have done. But they are starting to roam into the world of slow playing, which is a concern, but we can deal with it. And they're going to rapid fire combo. I could even just Gust the Teal Mask, take it out, because I'm not worried about it. And well, there's the Tails. That's fine. I think that's what I'm probably going to end up doing at some point, is Gusting the Teal Mask. But for now, I'm not going to do it. So, we can go for a Noctowl. We can go for that Jewel Seeker. So, can we get there? Because we need Area 0... So we're going to grab that. Do we have the Psychic Energy in deck? We do. Because could I get there? 220, 240. I would need the nuts. I'd also need a way to not Crispin this turn. I'm going to take a Nest Ball. Because that can obviously be helpful. I can evolve you just to thin that out of the deck. Area 0. Tera Orb. Thin you out the deck. Do that. Then Nest Ball for Clefairy. Which is obviously key here. I can then Crispin. Using Grass and Psychic. Grass to hand... Psychic to Clefairy. So hold on. 20, 40, 60, 80, 200, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60. I literally need one more Pokemon. Come on, Teal Mask. Come on. Do it for Daddy. That's the ticket. That means we get a knockout. Excellent. And we even get to Mew Draw, which is even better. Good lad. That's why we put you in the list. Full Moon Rondo, 280 for the knockout on the Mega Kangaskhan, taking 3 prize cards. Get in. Nice job, Teal Mask. That's why you're in the list. We wouldn't have done that without Teal Mask. Excellent. That's a huge prize lead now. That is a huge prize lead. Wow. Thank you, Teal, for doing that, mate. You are a legend. But we're not winning this directly, because obviously they could recycle that Pika later. But no, that was brilliant. That was absolutely brilliant. But obviously now I can go for Darkzard on the Latias, which will be relevant. Obviously I'm not worried about the Teal to take prize card here. Could care less, to be brutally honest. But yeah, this is looking really good for us. I can even afford to cough up Charizard as 2 prize cards, and we can still win this because of Clefairy. That is wild. The 1 Psychic Energy coming in clutch. That's wild. But again, this is just what I was experimenting with whilst making this deck, you know. They're probably emote spamming to Kingdom Come, so that's probably why they're taking a bit longer their actions. But yeah, that was crazy. Oh, I love this deck already, but it's a shame that this deck dies to rotation. Obviously, I'm recording this about a week before rotation actually happens. But no, this has been really fun to experiment with, and I'm just glad that I got to, you know, utilize this. So they're knocked out for Jewel Seeker. They're going to go for a Super Rod and an Energy Switch. Energy Switch to the Teal Mask. They're going for the knockout with Teal Mask, it looks like. So on 30, 60, 90, 120, 150, 180. You're not doing enough damage. You need another energy on that Teal Mask. They need another energy. And if you do that, you're getting Darkzarded. They're going to Super Rod. They're going to, are they going to try and hit it off the Fez? But then they already Fez. They have Fez. They don't have the knockout here. They only do 180. The only way in which this is relevant is if they get that Wellspring going, and they can Wellspring my Wellspring and the Clefairy on the bench. That's the only way they're getting this going. But otherwise, they're only doing 180. Well, they should be only doing 180. If I've done the maths right. And yeah, it's going to scoop it up. I will take that. That was a great win against an emote spammer, but also a mirror Terra box deck. I will take that. That was really fun. We didn't get to use Charizard in the, you know, the attacking way, but you know what? I've done enough videos on Charizard, I'll take it. The fact that this wacky idea worked so well, I'm going to take it. And you know what? I'm proud of this deck. So, what did I think to the deck? I think this deck is really funny, you know, like playing Teal Mask, Iron Leaves, you know, Wellspring, Charizard, Terapagos, you know, all these different attackers, plus Clefairy, which obviously did matter in this matchup. You know, the fact that we have so many options is unlike normal Charizard, but at the same time, you know, prizing Fire Energy, which I really need to get into the habit of checking, which apparently I need to with this particular deck. It's funny, because when I play normal Charizard, I never have any issues, but when I play a Terra Box version of a Charizard, I always prize Fire Energy, like, consistently, but it's not that big of a deal. In terms of what I changed, there's not really a lot to obviously, you know, warrant changing, because obviously the deck does technically rotate tomorrow when this video comes out. But no, you know what? I'm proud of this deck. I'm proud of myself for building this. And you know what? I had a barrel of laughs doing it. Clefairy taking out a Kangaskhan thanks to the Mew draw, or the Teal Mask Ogerpon draw. Priceless. You cannot ask for anything better than that in a Charizard Terra Box deck. But of course, that is going to be my last video on standard format. Obviously, going forward past the... well, obviously, it will be recorded before rotation happens, but it will be a post-rotation deck on the Friday. So, yeah. And it might be the same case for, like, next week's videos, but after the next week after that... So, not next week, that is after this week's videos. The week after... After that week, it will be videos recorded in the post-rotation format. So you might still see, you know, a few non-rotation decks, but that's only because of the, you know, the time of recording and stuff like that. But obviously the decks will be focused on post-rotation content from now. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this last hurrah of Charizard and a wild build of Terra Box, which I didn't think was going to work. But you know what? It worked. I'm proud of myself. And, well, I'm going to go grab myself a drink. Not an alcoholic one, though. But, you know, I'm pretty proud of myself for actually building something that worked this well. So, I'm going to leave it all to it for today. I really hope you enjoyed seeing the last deck of the standard format. and I'll see you all on Friday for a post-rotation deck.